as far as I know, I was the only person that auditioned for Denny. I think he liked me, and he just kept calling me back, and I went on, 4 or 5 auditions, which is quite a bit. And he kept calling me back, and eventually I got a call from Greg, who I didn't know at the time, of course. And he said, "We want to cast you in The Room with Denny." And I said, "Great." And, it was supposed to be like a 3-week shoot, and it ended up being like a 2-month shoot practically. But it was great because I didn't have to wait tables. I took time away from my waiting tables job, which is every hopeful actor's kind of dream, that you're living, you live in the dream, you're not waiting tables. And so that's kind of the long and the short of my acting journey up until The Room.
Right. So here you are, this young actor, just moved to LA, who just booked this part, and it happens to be one of the most memorable characters of this soon to be called classic film. There really isn't many characters like Denny to ever grace the big or the small screen. There's such an innocence, but also ignorance about this character as well. So how did you personally view Denny, and what was Tommy's direction given to you about how to portray this character?
Well, we did have a whole lot of script. He didn't really we never got the full script, any of us, during production, leading up to production or anything. So I had maybe, 10, 12, 15 pages of my scenes. And that's all I had to go on, really, So in that case, you really just have to go on the text and go with your creativity and fill in those spaces where a larger script might have given you more information on the character. And so I used whatever I could, or I used the script, basically, whatever I had of it, to kind of figure out who this kid Denny is, and I appreciate that you said there's an innocence to him, because obviously that's the way I felt about it. And I didn't, there was this idea that maybe he didn't have the best social skills, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I always had this kind of through line with Denny, that he really meant well, and he really looked at the world in a positive way. And obviously the script says that Denny is like Tommy kind of, or should I say Johnny kind of adopted him, gave him an apartment and all that stuff. And so Johnny and Lisa were kind of the Johnny and Lisa were kind of his foster parents, right? And so that's how I looked at him. I looked up to Lisa and Johnny in the most lovable way, I feel like, I really appreciated them and loved them, because I fill in the blank that Denny was an orphan, basically, and kind of Johnny kind of pulled him off the streets. And so Denny never really had a father figure, parents really at all. And so I really looked at Johnny and Lisa as, Denny's parents, mother and father.
Mm-hmm.